Coming right up, another fun varsity sports show.
In 2019, the JV Sports Show podcast began with the idea of spotlighting young people in our community. In time, that podcast evolved into radio, television, and live stream, and through that evolution, new ideas have enhanced delivery, giving a stage to students both in front of and behind the microphone in Arizona and beyond. Thank you for supporting the Varsity Sports Show, now the Varsity Media Foundation, a 501c3 educational organization.
Hey, this is Sophie, and you're listening to my dad, Vince. Dad, you owe me $20 now.
Hi, kids. This is DJ Soulman from the Funk Junkies, and you're listening to the Varsity Sports Show with my man, Vince Delicio. And what's your last name?
It's Delicio.
Okay, that's right. That's what I thought. Yeah, right.
AM 1060 KDUS Tempe, Phoenix, and KSLX HD2 Scottsdale, Phoenix.
This program is paid for by the Varsity Media Foundation, a 501c3 nonprofit educational organization, and its partners.
You're listening to the Varsity Sports Show, home of Arizona's youth, high school, college sports, and you, empowering education and enabling dreams, right here on KDUS AM 1060 in Arizona. And now, welcome to the Varsity Sports Show.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the Varsity Sports Show on AM 1060 KDUS Arizona. My name is Vince Delicio, and we are live out at Ottawa University, Arizona, also known as OUAZ. Spirit Field. Big event this morning. We're going to be here all morning long for 2 hours. And there are a lot of things, there's a lot of things happening. There's going to be a lot of young people out here. There's a senior showcase that's sponsored by the National Football Foundation, a highly esteemed organization. Before we get to that, I actually want to introduce my co-host this morning from two different schools. As you know, we are a really big supporter of up-and-coming talent and our young people. And people of any age, actually, up-and-coming talent in this industry. We have with us from the Cronkite School of Journalism, Mr. Ben Munawara, and from Grand Canyon University School of Communications, Tyler Hatala. Gentlemen, Ben, Tyler, how are you guys doing?
Doing great this morning. How about you?
Doing good, Vince.
You guys sound, your voices are shivering a little bit. What's going on?
Well, when you're from Southern California and you're used to 70 and humid all day, and then you go to Arizona winter and it's 40, 50 in the morning and throughout the morning, it's a bit of an adjustment.
Stop complaining. What about you, Tyler? You're a Phoenix native, right?
Yeah, I'm a Phoenix native. It's just one of those things where you don't really think about the weather too often because, living in the state of Arizona, you think, it's going to be pretty nice and warm for majority part of the day, especially going into the springtime, but yeah, going into this morning, I really was not expecting it to be this cold, but yeah, it is what it is. It's a lot of fun here tonight, though.
Yeah. So, actually, you know what I want to do is I want to bring someone really special on with us. He is the brand new head football coach of the Salt River Scorpions, and actually, you may know him. If you guys have been in the Valley for any certain amount of years, Tyler, I know you grew up here in the Valley, in the West Valley, but this guy is Phoenix bred through and through. Unfortunately, he's a Central High School graduate, one of my rivals in a big rival in high school. I'm a Camelback Spartan. But we grew up in kind of the same era. Great guy, great coach, really does this for all the right reasons, and he's taking his game to another level now as head coach, newly named just yesterday, newly named head coach of the Salt River Scorpions. His name is Brandon McNutt, and he's joining us right now. Coach McNutt, good morning, sir.
Good morning, good morning.
Coach, how many recruits you got locked up now? You had the job for, 12 hours?
This is actually incredible. Second that got announced, my text message, DMs, everything's been blowing up left and right. I got kids coming out of the woodwork, when they found out. I actually looked up one DM, and it was a kid I know from last year. And full circle kind of deal was that, we were talking, things happened, we ended up sitting out, and now we get to work together. So this is just a blessing, man.
See, there you go. Coach, we're excited that you have this opportunity because of the fact that you're a Phoenix guy. And as you know, with college football, with JUCO football, there's a lot of guys that, hey, Coach Kish, a lot of guys that recruit nationally. You're going to do some of that. But why is this so big for Phoenix?
Well, I think that, to be honest, everybody knows the answer to that. I'm a JUCO product. A lot of us are JUCO products. There's so many competition. Giving kids the opportunity, and especially with me, the reason I went JUCO, I needed another year to grow, another year to get better, another year to get, experience. So, it's a great bridge to that university, that D1, that D2, and some kids just need that extra year, extra 2 years. So this is huge. And I'll be honest, I'm just proud to be a part of it. The more I get to know about this league and what we're trying to do, I'll be honest, I'm just piggybacking on what's been here.
Yeah. It's, there's a great opportunity here, in my opinion. And now that we're coming up on year number 6 of the Hohokam Junior College Athletic Conference, there's a strong foundation that's been laid by the not only the league coordinator, all of the other coaches. There's incredible parity within this league. You're going to be playing some top-notch schools nationally as well. And we here at the Varsity Sports Show are very fortunate in that we've been covering these guys since day one. I'm like you, I'm a strong JUCO guy as well. I was an artichoke though. And so we're a proud tradition out at Scottsdale Community College, the old pink and green. But there's a lot of potential here, and it provides an opportunity. Would you agree? It provides another avenue for young people, not only people that want a second chance at playing this game, but people right out of high school, right?
Of course, you already know this. The COVID destroyed a lot of this foundation that was built. We have a lot of those kids that are rebuilding. So, yes, this is imperative. What has been going on in this program, in this league, and thank God I had a great friend that nudged me into this. The more I get to know, the more I'm excited to be a part of this and continue what we were doing with these kids, and that's give them an opportunity at education and hopefully a career.
Yeah. It's going to be a lot of fun. I am looking forward to seeing how this all unfolds. And not only yourself, Coach Brandon McNutt, the brand new head football coach of the Salt River Scorpions, longtime Valley native, formerly of Camelback High School. The Spartans moving on to bigger and better things with the Scorpions, but also the other league head coaches. They're all great guys. And Coach Doug Medosky, who is arguably the dean of the coaches in junior college sports across the country, all-time winningest coach, Scottsdale Community College. He knows how to put it together. So the parity is going to be incredible. The recruiting is going to be incredible. Guys, make sure if you haven't looked at junior college football as an option, particularly here in the state of Arizona, consider it, because the gauntlet has just been dropped. You got Coach Brandon McNutt that is joining the Scorpions. Coach McNutt, congratulations. Looking forward to seeing how all this unfolds throughout the spring. Say hello to the friend of yours that nudged you in the right direction, because guys like you need to stay in this business, and we look forward to covering you.
Excellent. I appreciate your time.
All right. Coach Brandon McNutt, brand new head football coach of the Salt River Scorpions. HJCAC, these guys are off and running. Recruiting, you got the Maricopa Mustangs, you got the Salt River Scorpions, you got the Papago Pumas, you got the Gila River Hawks, the HJCAC, guys. Okay, real quickly, laying out the show. We got a lot of good stuff. This first hour is our local show, as you guys know. Then we get to hour number 2, nationally syndicated on the Sports Map Radio Network. We're on in 100 stations nationwide this morning from 9 to 10, but you can keep it right here on KDUS AM 1060. We're going to break away now, and our very own Ella Wolter-Sanchez doing an incredible report on Thunderbird High School basketball. Take it away, Aaron.
This is Ella Wolter-Sanchez from Arcadia High School reporting for the Varsity Sports Show. With the regular basketball season at a close for high schoolers and the playoffs in full swing, I wanted to visit a specific high school this week that has had quite the impressive record and story. Thunderbird High School is located in the Moon Valley area of Phoenix. The boys basketball team for the Thunderbirds had an overall record of 21-6, placing them at the top of their Division 4A Skyline and in the open bracket of playoffs. They won the Skyline Division for the first time since 2011. For the last 5 years, they have consistently been at the top of their division, but always falling short at second or third. Despite a coach change, with Coach Jesus Flores being their head coach for the last 2 years, and before that, Buddy Rake for 28 years before that. They're a team that obviously knows how to adapt. To learn more about this team, I have the privilege of speaking to Kelly and David Calcaterra, who are the Basketball Boosters Club founders and chairs, and also have a senior on the team. According to them, an important part of their team's success is the heavy upperclassmen presence they have, with a total of 9 this year. In a game where only 5 people are required per team, that's pretty impressive.
All these boys grew up in the neighborhood, every single one of them. It's really fun, and it really brings a sense of community knowing that the coaches live in the neighborhood, the players live in the neighborhood.
You can't say that about many teams, and that's what makes this team so special. They are truly a community down to the coaches. In fact, their JV coach, Coach Walls, won a state championship for Thunderbird and coached many of the kids in elementary school. Unfortunately, they fell short in the first round to Desert Mountain this past Wednesday. However, it doesn't undermine the great team and, most importantly, community that is Thunderbird basketball. For the Varsity Sports Show from Arcadia High School, this is Ella Wolter-Sanchez. Till next time.
Good morning and happy Saturday. This is Olivia Hansen from the Grand Canyon University reporting for the Varsity Sports Show. This past weekend, on February 11th, the San Francisco 49ers lost to the Kansas City Chiefs in the 58th Super Bowl in an overtime nail-biter with a final score of Chiefs 25 and 49ers 22. Yet, this loss does not diminish the impressive work of running back Christian McCaffrey. McCaffrey became the first player with over 80 rushing yards and over 80 receiving yards in a Super Bowl game. This being said, many people don't know the legacy that Christian McCaffrey represents. His dad, Ed McCaffrey, is a Pro Bowl wide receiver who played 13 years in the NFL and won 3 Super Bowls. His mom, Lisa McCaffrey, was a women's soccer player at Stanford. Christian also has 3 brothers. His older brother, Max McCaffrey, was a wide receiver at Duke. He bounced around in the NFL for a short time and is now one of the offensive assistant coaches for the Miami Dolphins. His younger brother, Dylan McCaffrey, was a quarterback at Northern Colorado from 2021 to 2022. The youngest of the 3 brothers, Luke McCaffrey, is a current first-team all-conference wide receiver at Rice University, and he will be attending major NFL scouting camps soon. Christian McCaffrey is an impressive, integral part of the San Francisco 49ers. But this being said, his impressive family lineage sure gives him a run for his money. I'm Olivia Hansen reporting for the Varsity Sports Show. Enjoy your weekend.
Welcome back to the Varsity Sports Show, AM 1060 KDUS, Arizona. It is our Arizona show. We are live out at Ottawa University, Arizona, OUAZ here in Surprise. And there's a big event sponsored by the National Football Foundation. It's a senior showcase. A lot of young people going to be out here this morning showcasing their talents on the gridiron, being tested, being timed, being evaluated. And anybody that's anybody is going to be out here. We're going to be joined by Coach Tim Kish, longtime college football assistant coach. He spent some time as the interim head coach at the University of Arizona during some turbulent times and managed to right that ship, get it through, and transition it to the next staff. And he was an assistant out at the University of Oklahoma. This guy's been around, guys. He is a true legend of the sport in college football, very known nationally in all circles. Joined here by Ben Munuera, Tyler Hatala. Ben, of course, out of Cronkite School at ASU. Tyler out at Grand Canyon University. When we come back from the break, we're going to be joined by Coach Kish. Real quickly, Tyler, you been out to OUAZ?
I actually have not. This is the first time I've actually been out to Ottawa, but it's a very nice campus. Going into college, I actually did have a lot of interest coming out here, but I just thought, GCU is probably more of my interest just because of the environment there. But
yeah,
Ottawa definitely has a great environment here too, especially for where it's at in Surprise, Arizona.
Okay, guys, when we come back from the break, we'll be back with Coach Tim Kish. Don't go anywhere here on the Varsity Sports Show. Go Varsity.
social information about KDUS AM 1060, try KDUS1060.com, at KDUS AM 1060 on Twitter, and Facebook.com/KDUS AM 1060.
APAC is your one-stop source for all your automotive and heavy-duty air conditioning parts, supplies, and equipment. They're family-owned and have been the Valley's go-to for all your auto AC needs since 1982. Whether it's for your everyday or vintage car, commercial, or off-road vehicle or equipment, APAC has you covered. Call APAC, AAPAK, the AC experts at 602-254-1116 and ask for the Varsity Special to get 10% off your purchase. Training Better Athletes was founded by renowned football coach Ron Sowers with the philosophy of training well-rounded young people in mind and body. TBA is the go-to for middle schoolers through the pros. Coach Sowers has worked with all sports but specializes in football offensive and defensive line skills training. Whether it's one-on-one or group training, reach out to Coach Sowers at trainingbetterAthletes.com or call him at 602-435-9064. You can't cheat the grind. Hey, local businesses, join the Varsity Sports Show and promote your business on our weekly radio show and game live streams. We have several options to promote your business affordably and reach our incredible audience. Call, text, or email us anytime if you'd like more information on joining our team. The Varsity Sports Show will work hard to promote your business through our audio and video platforms while also promoting all of our young people. 480-779-9437 or email us at varsitysportshow.com. Hey guys, Vince here to talk about Angel Dentistry. It's where my wife and I have gone for over 10 years, and we trust them with our routine and extensive dental care because they care. Dr. Amber Angel is an Arizona native, born in the town of Miami, and has been practicing in the Valley over 20 years. For general to comprehensive dental services, call 602-788-2008. Located off of Cave Creek Road just north of the 101 in North Phoenix. Angel Dentistry, proud supporters of our young people and proud partners of the Varsity Sports Show.
Your caddy, Ray Adams, takes you beyond the 18th hole on Saturday mornings with Great American Golf from 6 to 7 a.m. on KDUS AM 1060.
Welcome back to the Varsity Sports Show, AM 1060, KDUS, Arizona. Vince DeLisio, Tyler Hatala, and Ben Munuera. We are out at Ottawa University, Arizona here in Surprise, Spirit Field. Big event this morning, huge event this morning. And we are joined by the guy, there's an aura coming off this guy. He's like an icon in coaching circles.
I don't know about that.
Wow, yeah, come on. You're also a very humble gentleman. His name is Tim Kish. Coach Kish, first of all, welcome to the program. Well, thank you for allowing us out here to help promote this event. Before we do, I want to do this. I want to dial it back. You've worked with a lot of great head coaches. We were talking offline here briefly, and who is your favorite one? You've worked with Bob Stoops, Mike Stoops. You worked with, just a whole laundry list. You mentioned Denny Stoltz. You mentioned, all these guys.
Yeah, Coach, I've been blessed. All 43 years, never had a bad experience. Humbled and blessed by it all. But to be honest with you, obviously 2 Hall of Fame coaches, and Bob Stoops at Oklahoma, and Jim Young. I coached with him at Purdue first in the late 70s, and then at Army for 8 years. And all of them were tremendously positive people. Just really enjoyed being around them. Very motivating type of men with the culture of our teams, building the cultures of our teams. And so there's not a one that I had a bad experience with, to be honest with you. Gary Barnett was phenomenal at Northwestern when we Northwestern hadn't won in 21 years when we got there, and we won 2 Big Ten championships there. And
it came out of nowhere. Definitely the one season that the kind of the breakout year up there, and then
went to the Rose Bowl. And, so that was a great experience. Had 3 semifinal playoffs at Oklahoma with Bob Stoops. And then finished my last couple years with Lincoln Riley. So, I just, like I said, I'm blessed and humbled by it all.
Ben?
Something that really took me off the first thing when we were talking offline just briefly is that you were the interim coach for U of A. And usually when you hear interim coach, that means that there's something wrong before you got that position. So how did it feel to be a point in that position in the heat of battle, so to speak? I mean, what kind of honor was that, and how did you handle that adversity and carry it on to the next staff?
Yeah, that was a quick change of pace for us. And, when I got asked to take over the position, obviously you said there was something went wrong. Well, it did. We were let go in the middle of the season. But, the most important thing for me was just rallying around those kids down there at U of A and making sure they had a great second half of the season, a great experience. And we really wanted to develop them for the next coach coming in. So, it was a lot of work, but I had a great coaching staff that rallied around us and made sure that that our players had a great experience, and we stayed positive with the whole thing. We played on a Thursday night, our first game. It was national TV against UCLA, and that was a great experience. That was a great game. We were up 41-14 at halftime, but 30 seconds before the half was over, somebody dressed up as a referee came onto the field and stripped down his clothes and streaked the field.
Wow.
There was 5 or 6 different areas of fights that broke out.
Yeah.
I lost 5 starters for the next 2 weeks.
Coach, rumor had it was Dick Tomey that actually came out. Is that true? You might be a little disgruntled.
I don't think so.
Oh, okay.
It wasn't. Okay. It might have been a cousin or a nephew or something. But anyhow, we ended up 3-3, and we beat ASU at ASU that year. So that
we're not going to talk about that.
Yeah, that was a good experience for us, for the kids, and in the end, it ended up being a really positive situation for everybody involved.
So, Coach, you've been a coach for a little almost 40 years now at this point.
43?
43.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Holy smokes.
You've been coaching all over the place across the country. Surely you have to have some players that have gone pro or even like Hall of Fame throughout your whole coaching career. Is there any that come to mind that you can think of?
Well, I had quite a few, and still have quite a few right now. One of my favorite stories is I recruited a young man out of Elkins High School in Houston, Texas, when I was at Oklahoma. And at Oklahoma, you didn't recruit anybody that wasn't a 5-star player, but he was a 3-star, and that's what. I could care less about stars, to be honest with you, but it was a little unheard of that I recruited this kid. He didn't play linebacker in high school. He was a rover, kind of like a deep defensive back, and he just went sideline to sideline and ran people down, and took a little heat for that at Oklahoma with the fan base, but he ended up being the 22nd pick in the first round by the San Diego Chargers, and been a starter ever since, Kenneth Murray. To be honest with you, I've been blessed with a lot of kids that are playing at that level. Obviously, recruiting Rob Gronkowski, even though I didn't coach him by position. He and his brother Chris both played in the NFL, and I brought those 2 guys in from Buffalo, New York.
Wow.
And that would take another hour.
You would think that the school in the town pretty much sold itself, huh? As soon as he stepped off the plane,
we paraded him down the middle of the campus mall. And it was, I think it was 80 degrees that weekend he came in, and he left. It was 12 inches of snow in Buffalo. So,
Coach, I got a question for you on that topic. So Gronkowski, he was obviously, what he became, and what he, one of the greatest all-time tight ends in the NFL history. Played with arguably the greatest quarterback in NFL history. But when they're in college and you evaluate them, can you picture what they ultimately can become? Or, do some guys just get played out of position? What?
Well, the big thing is development. That's what everybody will tell you at our level. You want to bring in guys that you anticipate have that kind of quality of athleticism and football smarts and football desire. And for the most part, it works out. He was special. I went and watched him play basketball a couple times. I think he fouled out 3 times in the first half. But I knew he was tough.
Yeah. So, little edge there. Yeah.
Coach, other than just trying to keep him in line when he was down to campus, that was the biggest problem I had. So
here, longtime assistant football coach. He was the interim head coach at U of A for a time. His name is Tim Kish. there's an event today, and it's with collaboration with the National Football Foundation here at Ottawa University in Surprise. Coach, tell us about the event this morning. How many kids are you expecting, and what all is going on?
Well, we had a little over 150 in our pre-registration link, which is really, really good number for us. 87 high schools in Arizona are represented here today.
Wow.
And so we've had tremendous support from the high school coaches around the state. We have 30 coaches, volunteer coaches here to coach these kids up today, and they're from all over the state as well. I'm really appreciative of them. We have 21 colleges coming in from 13 different states here to evaluate the kids this morning. And
amazing.
1 out of 3 will get some kind of an offer today.
Is there still room for kids to walk up, and how does that work? Okay.
Yeah, in fact, we had a number of emails sent out to us the last couple days because we closed registration on our website.
Yeah.
But we told them all they had to do was come today and show up and register, and they could participate.
What kind of things are they testing out on the field?
Okay, so we're going to do the 40, and we don't put a lot of emphasis on that. The coaches just like to get an idea of what the kids look like when they're out there moving around. The 5-10-5 is probably as important of a testing drill that they'll do, and then we do a 3-cone drill, which is called an L drill.
Sure.
It's the same drills that they do at the NFL Combine. So we'll do a little testing with them, and then we take an hour of agility work, watch them work with their footwork and change of direction and that type of thing.
Yeah.
And then we'll finish up with one-on-ones for an hour at the end of the practice, and then they meet with the college coaches.
Now, and the coaches are here this morning. So rather than go into detail on the schools that are represented, what are some of the conferences that are represented?
Well, you're looking at NAIA, you're
Okay.
Division III, and we have a Division II school here from New Mexico Island.
Oh,
So-
okay, there you go.
So we have
Okay.
all 3 levels that will be participating. It's a great opportunity for these kids, and I can't say enough about how grateful we are for Ottawa to give us this opportunity to work up here today.
Definitely. Well, I don't see Coach Mike Nesbitt out here. I think
He's
still
in
asleep.
Chicago, Coach.
Oh, he is?
Yeah, their kicker was the number 1 kicker in the NAIA, and
That's
they're
right.
giving him an award in Chicago today,
That's
so he had to
awesome.
go.
Okay. I thought he was just avoiding me. So, Coach, do they have an over 50 category out there for guys like me?
Anybody that wants to come out and give it a shot, Vince, if you think you still got it, which you look like you do. I think,
Coach. Wait, here's $20. Hold on. Oh, my gosh.
Yeah,
This is so good.
we'd be glad to have you.
All right, guys, we are out at Ottawa University Spirit Field here in Surprise. Just Google it. The address is right on the website. We're right down the street, actually, from that's the
Rangers
the Rangers
and the Royals.
Rangers and the Royals spring training facility. It's a beautiful campus. It's amazing. Come on out this morning. What time does the event start, Coach?
Well, registration starts at 9:30, and
Okay.
we'll take a team picture at 10:50, and then we're on the field and we're going. So.
Awesome. Come on out, guys. Coach Tim Kish. Coach, thanks again. Such an amazing event. Thanks for letting us be a part of it, and hopefully this is a partnership we can collaborate on for years to come, at least. As long as you want to keep doing it, then we'll keep doing it.
Well, that sounds great. We're excited. This is our second one, and I don't see anything but it getting bigger and growing bigger and getting better every year. So thank you so much for being a part of it, Vince.
Awesome. There you go. Tim Kish, veteran college football coach out here at Ottawa University Spirit Field. Guys, come on out here and surprise. Big senior showcase event. Many schools represented. 87 high schools across Arizona represented. Here's an opportunity for a lot of you guys that haven't had any offers yet. Come on out, kind of let the tires get kicked on you a little bit and see what schools are interested. You might be surprised. So, Coach, thanks again. Ben, Tyler, we got an amazing show coming up. We've got more content from our amazing crew. We've got a whole other hour and a half coming. We've got the rest of our local show. Then we're going to go nationally syndicated, and we got a bunch of nice features as well on that. Guys, stick around. Don't go anywhere. We'll be back here on the Varsity Sports Show, AM 1060 KDUS, Arizona. Go Varsity.
Have you downloaded the KDUS AM 1060 skill for Alexa yet?
Dude, Alexa is frustrated. No matter how many times do you ask, the answer is male, chicken.
Once you're ready, say Alexa, open KDUS AM 1060 to listen to your favorite shows.
The Angry Crab Shack in Tempe. With an experience so good it remains indescribable, with something for every seafood lover. Try one of their amazing custom seafood boils, sandwiches, appetizers, and salads. Angry Crab Shack Tempe is located east of I-10 on Warner Road, 480-674-3847. The Angry Crab Shack in Tempe. Come ready to eat.
Hello, this is local voiceover model and former Daddy Yankee stunt double, Mario Malaby. Be sure to DM us your questions for Ask Lucas on Twitter. And you are listening to the Varsity Sports Show on AM 1060 KDUS, Arizona.
Hello everyone, my name is Jonathan Melendez. I am a senior at the Walter Cronkite School of Journalism, and I am thrilled to join the Varsity Sports Show team as an intern for the spring 2024 semester, helping cover sports throughout the Valley. Can't wait to get started.
We'll do what's best for the team, and we'll do what's best for you.
The Rich Eisen Show, coming to you weekdays from 3 to 5 p.m. here on KDUS AM 1060 and KDUS1060.com.
A Monday warrior, mean stride. Today's Tom Sawyer, mean pride.
I want winners. Coaching news.
All right, guys, we are back, and I wanted to take this time to welcome Arizona State University Sun Devils women's lacrosse head coach Taryn Van Thof. Coach Van Thof, you've had some success here early in the year. First of all, welcome back to the program. Wanted to go through, talk a little bit about your roster, some of the key matchups coming up, a little projection, how you see yourselves positioned this season, coming off Pac-12 championship appearance last year. Welcome back to the program, Coach.
I'm glad to be back, and thanks again for having me. Excited to talk all across with you.
Awesome. So let's talk about the season. So you've gotten off to a pretty good start here. You play some teams. I mean, looking up and down your schedule, things look pretty rigorous. And when I say that, I mean you've got Michigan early, you got Florida, you got Vanderbilt, Liberty, San Diego State, SC, Stanford. You look at that schedule. What is the preparation like week to week?
Right. To be the best, you have to play the best. And so that's kind of where the structure from the schedule stems. Obviously, Pac-12 extends San Diego State, UC Davis this year as affiliates. But we have a couple big stretches of ranked opponents in our upcoming weeks. But preparation, we talk about it day in, day out at practice, is iron sharpens iron. We got to bring it every day for each other. So that way, we're the hardest competition we face.
It was a lot of fun last year in covering you guys. It was a brand new team for you coming in, and yet the Pac-12 tournament, and you make it all the way to the championship game. Was that expected? I mean, based on the fact that, the season was you're just getting used to the team and everything else, and then how things kind of turned on in that tournament.
Right. And I think, that was just nature of growth throughout the season. We had the fall, but fall's a short time. And then we hit spring, and, we started to find our stride mid-spring as a unit. And so once we hit that mid-spring point and saw the growth and saw the trajectory, that's where we wanted to be. That's what we're gunning for. And, we hope to be Pac-12 champions following this season.
Before we get into talking about your roster, I would like to talk to you about the transition to the Big 12. Most importantly, the fact that it's going to involve a lot of travel, but travel is no stranger to the lacrosse program at ASU, because most of the teams that you played away were pretty far away. So you going to notice any differences next year? I mean, with regard to the conference change?
You know, it's not going to take that much of a toll on us from a travel perspective. We've done it before. I think, you know, lacrosse is an East Coast sport and it's finding its way West Coast. That's why we're out here. That's why we're, you know, making a splash across states. But I do think, you know, it's not going to look too much different entirely because in season, you know, conference versus non-conference, we're flipping some opponents, we're making things happen, and it's going to, you know, be the same for our student athletes in a lot of ways.
Okay, let's talk about your roster, Coach. First of all, guys, we are joined by Coach Taryn Van Thof from ASU Women's Lacrosse Program. Coach, your roster. You've got arguably the top goalkeeper in the conference coming back in Katy Valley, 3-year starter. Looking down your roster this year, you're very young. What has that been like with working with this youth movement?
It's been fun in terms of just the learning curve and the edge, right? They want to get better day to day, and they're open to new experiences and trying new things and testing things out and kind of being really malleable in how they interact on the day to day. So it's been exciting. We do have a lot of veterans who are going to lead us through experience, but in some of our graduate transfers and some of our senior class, and so it's an exciting mix of both.
Well, and yes, looking up and down the roster, you've got, you know, Bella and Gigi Gaspar, you've got Zoe Missouri. I mean, those are names in the past that we've heard time and time again. And then you've got an interesting transfer from Drexel and Lindsay Dean. What does she bring to your program?
Yeah, Lindsay, you know, championship experience. She's coming off a championship, conference championship with Drexel, played in the NCAA tournament. She knows what it takes to get there. And so bringing that every day at practice, plus her skill set has been a huge emphasis for us.
As you look around the schedule this year, and it looks like, you know, again, we talked about this earlier. It's not exactly forgiving in you know, you want to be the best, you got to play the best. And you look at the back-to-back games in late March. I know we don't want to look ahead because you've got other games before then, but you've got SC and Stanford, you got Detroit Mercy, then Cal, Colorado. I mean, in terms of the preparation and the speed at which you're going to be hitting those games later in the season, do you think you will have definitely hit your stride by then? I mean, I know it's more than a month away. You know, the rigors of the season, injuries taking its toll, potentially, maybe not. I mean, what type of things that, you know, in terms of your preparation go into a long stretch?
Right. I think, you know, we did an excellent job this fall of making sure we were prepared to hit the ground running beginning of spring. And so that's kind of showcased in our early games of where we are. And now it's, you know, do we keep raising the floor, right? Do we continue to build and grow as, you know, a unit, both offensively and defensively? And if we continue to do that, you know, we're going to make sure that trajectory is a Pac-12 championship.
Awesome. There you have it, guys. ASU, Arizona State University, Sun Devil women's lacrosse coach Taryn Van Thof. Coach, thanks again for joining us here on the Varsity Sports Show. Good luck this season, and we'll definitely look forward to circling back.
Thanks for having me. Go Devils.
I'm Koby Braunstein with the Varsity Sports Show. 2 months remain in the NHL regular season, and the Arizona Coyotes need to make up ground in the wildcard playoff picture. They sit in 7th place out of 8 teams in the Western Conference Central Division. The only team behind the Coyotes are the Chicago Blackhawks, who have been without 18-year-old superstar Connor Bedard since the beginning of January. Arizona was hoping a week-long reset would cure their woes heading into the All-Star break, but the losses have continued to pile on. The Coyotes have lost 6 straight games, allowing at least 5 goals in 4 of those. A team making a late dash for the postseason needs to rely on their most experienced players, right? Well, the Coyotes don't exactly have that in their favor. They entered this season with the 8th youngest roster, amounting to an average age of 26.5 years old. Their leading point scorer is 25-year-old Clayton Keller, followed by 23-year-old Matthias Michelli. The 2 Coyotes netminders, Connor Ingram and Carl Vejmelka, have 0 combined playoff appearances, but will continue to lead the Yotes between the pipes night in and night out. Arizona has made the postseason just once since the Western Conference Finals appearance in 2012, and are relying upon their youth to get them back, and for the first time since playing their home games at Mullet Arena. I'm Koby Braunstein, and you're listening to KDUS AM 1060.
Hey golf fans, I'm John Snyder here with Varsity Sports from Grand Canyon University, reporting on the PGA Open that took place in Scottsdale, Arizona. Winner Nick Taylor is a Canadian professional golfer who has competed on both the PGA and Web.com Tour, which is now known as the Korn Ferry Tour. Taylor attended the University of Washington, where he played collegiate golf and won several individual titles. In 2009, Taylor won the Mark H. McCormick Medal as the leading player in the World Amateur Golf Ranking, and had a successful amateur career before turning professional in 2010. After turning professional, Taylor initially played on the Web.com Tour, where he secured his first professional victory at the 2014 Sanderson Farms Championship. This win earned him a 2-year exemption on the PGA Tour, meaning Taylor was exempt from having to qualify for tournaments during that 2-year period. He was automatically granted entry into most of the PGA Tour events. Most recently, the 35-year-old Canadian golfer made more memories at the Phoenix Open with a massive rally to take down Charlie Hoffman. Taylor was 3 shots down with 4 holes left and rallied his way back up with an 11-foot birdie putt to beat Hoffman on the second hole of a playoff on Sunday. Taylor stated the finish was pretty dreamlike and hitting all those putts was a lot of fun. There you have it. I'm John Snyder here with Varsity Sports.
Welcome back to the Varsity Sports Show, AM 1060, KDUS, Arizona. Vince DeLisio, Ben Munuera, Tyler Hatala out at Ottawa University, Arizona Spirit Field for a big senior showcase event in collaboration with the National Football Foundation. Got a ton of coaches out here. Got the kids that will be lining up here shortly to get in for a lot of testing out on the field. Guys, if you are anywhere within 50 miles of this place, this is going to be ground zero for a lot of amazing testing stuff, and a lot of scholarships are going to be handed out. I can't imagine how many millions of dollars of scholarships are going to be doled out today. If I had any eligibility left, man. Not that I'm guaranteed that I'd get a scholarship. Guys, don't call and complain that this old man is on the radio here diminishing the quality of athletics and everything. I can dream though, right, Ben? I'm a dreamer. Tyler, I'm a dreamer. Dream. Yeah, we can all dream. So, but there's a lot of good stuff going on out here. Veteran college football coach Tim Kish is out here leading this event, and all of these coaches met a lot of great guys out here. Coach Phil Camp, as well as a bunch of others that have helped to organize this event. It's been a real labor of love. I just don't like the fact they're wearing all these U of A colors. That's a little bit disturbing for me. I feel like a fish out of water here. But anyway. But I digress. Guys, we were talking a little bit of Super Bowl. Obviously, last week, amazing game that was played, 49ers, Chiefs. Ben, starting with you, what's your take on how things unfolded with the game?
You know, the biggest thing for me going late into that game was you're Kyle Shanahan, right? This is your 3rd Super Bowl where you're up 10 points, and you have the best running back in the National Football League, Offensive Player of the Year winner, 2K scrimmage yards, all that fun stuff. And it felt like late in that game, they just kind of abandoned the run, and they put the ball in Brock Purdy's hands, and then it turned into 3-and-out after 3-and-out. And next thing you know you're giving Patrick Mahomes more drives to make a comeback, and that's exactly what happened.
And you have to look back at it. I mean, like you said, they've been to the Super Bowl 4 times. Kyle Shanahan, he was offensive coordinator at the Atlanta Falcons back when they blew the 28-3 lead against Tom Brady. Again, with the Chiefs against the 49ers, like, there's just so many instances where you're in that situation. You have to learn from your mistakes and just run the ball. I mean, you can't be giving Patrick Mahomes the chances that he had, especially late in the game, and then having the costly turnover on the muff punt, and then going back into the game. And now you're like in this situation where it's like you need to score, because if you don't, then the Chiefs are just going to take over the game. And unfortunately for the Niners, that's exactly what happened going into overtime. But, yeah, I mean, you just have to look at it like this. I mean, Brock Purdy played a great game. It's just unfortunate for him that things unfolded the way that he did. The Niners defense held pretty strong for a majority of the game, but I think towards the end of the game, they were just getting tired. I mean, you're out in the field a long time against Patrick Mahomes and this offense, and Andy Reid just calling plays out of nowhere. I mean, the last play they ran to win the Super Bowl was the exact play that they won against the Eagles last year, the corn dog play.
Yeah. And, I think a lot of the credit also should go to Steve Spagnuolo, the defensive coordinator.
Oh,
for the
absolutely.
Because this is a guy that had a head coaching opportunity. It didn't really work out for him too well, and he's kind of remained under the radar until the Chiefs' new dynasty has kind of come afoot. And I think a lot of those plays that helped them win the game before they even got to overtime was because of those blitzes he was dialing up. There was that big third down in the red zone. Trent McDuffie came in on that nickel blitz, and he held them to 3 in that overtime period. And, going into overtime, the rules had changed after that, infamous Bills-Chiefs game. So we knew that overtime was going to look different, right? And, Tyler, I want to talk strategy with you. Kyle Shanahan asked for the ball first.
That I don't understand that at all. I mean, if you're in that situation, you have to give the ball to the Chiefs to see what they do. Because look what happened with the Niners. They scored a field goal, and the Chiefs, okay, now we can score a touchdown and win the game.
It's the same situation
It
either
is.
way, yeah.
But if the Niners scored, the Chiefs probably would have went for 2 and won the game.
But there's no guarantee, though, so I would rather put them in that situation, right?
Guys, when we come back from the break, we got a great conversation here going between Ben and Tyler. We're going to be transitioning. You talk U of A. There's a lot of U of A's well represented here. We're going to talk a little U of A men's basketball and the Tucson Rodeo after we come back from the break here on the Varsity Sports Show, AM 1060 KDUS, Arizona.
James Out West brings NFL, NBA, MLB, and local sports talk to you Monday night starting at 7 on KDUS AM 1060 and the KDUS 1060 app.
Hello, sports fans. This is Dick Stockton, and you are listening to Arizona's home of youth, high school, college, and you, the Varsity Sports Show on AM 1060 KDUS, Arizona.
Hey, local businesses, join the Varsity Sports Show and promote your business on our weekly radio show and game live streams. We have several options to promote your business affordably and reach our incredible audience. Call, text, or email us anytime if you'd like more information on joining our team. The Varsity Sports Show will work hard to promote your business through our audio and video platforms while also promoting all of our young people. 480-779-9437 or email us at varsitysportshow.com.
Hi, this is Saguaro High School head baseball coach Joe Mickey, and you are listening to the home of the SaberCat Report, the Varsity Sports Show on AM 1060 KDUS, Arizona. Go Cats!
Hi, hey, this is Coach Bob Green. When I am not busier than a mosquito in a news colony, I'm listening to Vince at the Varsity Sports Show, Arizona's home for youth, high school, college, and you on AM 1060 KDUS, Arizona.
Carving out time in your afternoon for the Doug Gottlieb Show right here on KDUS AM 1060, 100.7 HD2, and KDUS1060.com. Weekdays from 1 to 3 p.m.
Good morning, everybody. I'm Davis Noble from Grand Canyon University, and this is the rise of U of A basketball on Varsity Sports Show. As the Super Bowl concludes, college basketball takes on the spotlight of sports. We are only 5 short weeks away before March Madness kicks off, and the University of Arizona wants to be at the top. Last year, they were looking like an absolute powerhouse and even landed the number 2 seed spot, only to end themselves in an upset against 15th seed Princeton. Currently, U of A is riding their 5th straight win after taking down the University of Colorado Boulder with a score of 99-79, marking UC's first home game loss of the season. After this victory, it jumped U of A's ranking from number 8 to number 5 for overall college basketball standings. They are currently at the top of their conference, the Pac-12. There are star players like North Carolina transfer Caleb Love and senior Pele Larson, who are dominating the court and putting on an average of 19 and 13 points per game. Larson has also received acknowledgments such as Pac-12 Player of the Week. The University of Arizona will be competing against their rivals, Arizona State University, tonight on February 17th at 7:30 p.m. They will have the hometown advantage, so it should be a great game for fans to make their way to the arena in Tucson. U of A will continue fighting their way to the top before their Pac-12 tournament starts March 13th and the March Madness tournament on the 21st. So start thinking about getting your brackets ready because U of A wants to show you that they are a contender for the championship. Once again, this is Davis Noble with Grand Canyon University, and thank you for tuning in to the Rise of U of A Basketball on Varsity Sports Show.
Good morning, everybody. I'm Alex Shulman bringing you your rodeo report because it is rodeo time in Tucson and it is the best time of the year. Today kicks off the first day of the 99th La Fiesta de los Vaqueros in Tucson, and it's going to continue over the next 9 days until February 25th. Professional rodeo athletes travel from everywhere in the U.S. and even Canada to come compete at this iconic rodeo. The prize money stands at $460,000 this year. Rodeo is a big-time sport in Tucson, and we're one of the only places that gets let off of school for rodeo break. The Tucson Rodeo is actually among the top 25 rodeos in North America, and it's been a Tucson tradition since 1925. Typically, you'll see 7 different events in a rodeo. The PRCA, or the Professional Rodeo Cowboys Association, will bring you saddle bronc riding, bareback riding, tie-down roping, steer wrestling, team roping, and the fan favorite, bull riding. The WPRA, or the Women's Professional Rodeo Association, will be bringing you the barrel racing. The WPRA also sanctions breakaway roping, which has also recently been added to a lot of different pro rodeos around the country, but it will not be at the Tucson Rodeo just yet. You can visit TucsonRodeo.com for more information, and you can also visit the website to get your tickets. Each day, the performance starts at 2 p.m. and lasts about 2 hours. Each performance will have a different set of cowboys and cowgirls competing, so if you want to go multiple days, you'll see something different each day. This is Alex with the Varsity Sports Show. Thank y'all for listening.
Welcome back to the Varsity Sports Show. AM 1060 KDUS Arizona. Vince DeLisio, Tyler Hatala from Grand Canyon University, and Ben Munawerra from Arizona State University's Cronkite School of Mass Communications. Gentlemen, we're already button up against the end of hour number 1, our local show here in Arizona on KDUS. What'd you think?
I think I really enjoyed our conversation with Mr. Tim Kish because, you see a lot of head coaches get a lot of the glory, but a lot of those staffers, assistant coaches, position coaches, they don't really get as much attention as you would hope they would get. And, what they carry with them, especially someone like Mr. Kish, who's been all over the place, is knowledge and wisdom. And I think one of the biggest takeaways I had from with him before we even got him on air was how he's focused now at this point in his career, which is giving back. And I think that's what this entire program here is right now at the Senior Showcase. And I think it's a really good opportunity, as you've mentioned multiple times now, to give back, get some guys some chances that haven't been looked at because there's talent everywhere. Sometimes people just can't see it.
Tyler, what about you?
Yeah, going off of what Ben said, being able to talk with Coach McNutt and Coach Kish, it was really interesting just how much they want to give back to the Arizona community. And, they've been here for such a long time. They've had a quite long history with the state of Arizona. And it's just really nice to see their success and how they want to continue giving back to the state of Arizona and building off that success and bringing in more people, more athletes into this kind of thing with what's going on, especially at Ottawa. They have such a big reputation that they want to bring more kids out here so that we can grow as a state and become one of the states like Texas where it's a big football school or something along the lines of that. But it's really nice just to see the community rally behind these people as they continue on with their careers.
I love it. It's so gratifying to see these guys have been doing this for so many years, and it's such a me society that it's become in some circles, and yet in this sport, in football, in sports in general, it's not that way. You don't see it. There's some sports that are individualized and guys have to concentrate on themselves, but in a sport like football, it is a shared responsibility. It is a teamwork, and from the coaches on down, and even within this fraternity of coaching, all these guys are out here giving back. And we were, like you said, we were joined by two great ones today in Brandon McNutt, who for years he's been in the Phoenix Union High School District as a teacher, as an educator, as a coach, and now wrapping that part of his life up and moving on to working with junior college kids and opening up that circle and just the impact that he's going to make, as well as the other coaches that work within that league at the Hohokam Junior College Athletic Conference. We're going to have a lot of conversations with all those guys this spring as they start to prepare this offseason for year number 6. And then as well as, like we said, Coach Tim Kish, the National Football Foundation. Guys, next week I'm going to be out in Irvine, California. They've got another senior showcase event. It's going to be a lot of fun. I am looking forward to hour number 2 of our show. As you all know, the first hour, at least for a couple of more weeks, then we recognize daylight savings and it'll flip. But the first hour of our show is focused on Arizona, our local community, and featuring and spotlighting our local community. We do 2 shows, and the second hour is national. Our signal is going to get beamed to the Sports Map Radio Network in Houston, Texas, and from there it's going to go out to about 100 radio stations nationally, and we're going to open up our audience a little bit. So it really is a lot of fun, and it's kind of cool to see what our team, who is scattered throughout the country, brings to the table, and the content that gets presented to everyone and the guests that get featured. It's a lot of good stuff. I want to take this moment to thank, first of all, Coach Tim Kish, National Football Foundation, all the amazing volunteers that are out here this morning, all the coaches. You see this little circle here of coaches getting debriefed before all the kids start showing up for the senior showcase. I want to thank him. I want to thank Coach Brandon McNutt, Coach Doug Medosky from the HJCAC, the Hohokam Junior College Athletic Conference. I want to take a moment to thank all of our show partners that make all of this possible for us. It's really a labor of love in allowing us to do what we do. You guys don't see a lot of the background stuff. You guys, meaning you listeners out there, don't see a lot of what goes into producing what gets produced. Tyler, Ben, you guys are doing an amazing job for us this semester and all the work that you're doing. A lot to come. Fortunately for you, you're going to be kept pretty busy, but this is why you're doing this, to get into this industry. I want to thank our amazing producer in studio, Aaron Decker, who's been with us since day one. That's going back a few years as we transition to our national show with the Sports Map Radio Network. Guys, don't go anywhere this morning. Keep it dialed into AM 1060 KDUS, just that our signal is going to switch to a different provider. Thanks again for joining us here. Come on out to Ottawa University Spirit Field this morning in Surprise, Arizona. We'll be here another hour in the event. We'll kick off shortly after that. Guys, Vince Delicio, Tyler, Ben, we'll be back. Stay tuned. Vince, out. Hey listeners, Vince Delicio here from the Varsity Sports Show. We are so excited and honored that you start your weekends off with us. Our team is comprised of very talented high school and college students working toward a future in media. We appreciate your support, and any opportunities that we can to promote your teams or businesses will go a long way toward helping us continue supporting our talented team. We are a 501c3 nonprofit educational organization, and we use our platform to not only promote all of the great things happening in the world of sports locally and nationally, but also continue to promote and encourage future broadcasters as they grow in this industry. Please consider a tax-deductible donation to the Varsity Media Foundation. To find out more, please email us at info@varsitysportshow.com or check us out on Instagram, Facebook, or TikTok at Varsity Sports Show, or on Twitter at Varsity Show. Once again, thank you for supporting the Varsity Sports Show, now a nationally syndicated program on the Sports Map Radio Network. Thank you for listening to the Varsity Sports Show, where our mission is to empower education and enable dreams, creating an unmatched platform to showcase talent both in front of and behind the microphone in radio, television, podcast, and live streaming. The Varsity Sports Show, still your home for youth, high school, college, and you in Arizona and beyond.
AM 1060 KDUS Tempe Phoenix and KSLX HD2 Scottsdale Phoenix.